Peace, everyone. Welcome back to Giganomics. And let me ask you something. You ever done a job, completed everything, and now you sitting there waiting to get paid? A day go by, 2 days, a week. Now you texting the customer, following up, trying not to sound desperate. That's not a client problem. That's a system problem. And today, I'm gonna help you figure that out. Let's jump into it. This is where most people mess up when they start dealing with direct clients. They focus on getting the job, landing the contract, and doing the work, but they don't think about how their money is actually coming in. So what happens? They do the job first, they send the invoice after, and they hope to get paid. And that's the worst position you could be in, because now you already did the service and you don't have any leverage left. Let me shift your mindset real quick. You don't collect payments. You control the payment process before the job even starts. What you want to do instead is flip the entire process. You don't collect payments after a job. You build the payment into the process before the job even starts. So now the order becomes client request service. They see the pricing, they agree to the terms, and they handle payments. Then you do your job. Now you're not chasing money. The money is a part of your system. I'm gonna walk you through the exact system I use. It's simple, but it's powerful, and it's built around one thing: structure. I use JotForm to control everything: booking, pricing, agreements, and payments, all in one place. There's no confusion, there's no chasing, and there's no back and forth. This is where most people lose money. It's before they even start the job. Before I do any deliveries, any service, the client is gonna go through my system. It's not a text message and it's not a phone call. A structured form. Inside that form, first, they're gonna select their service. Second, they're gonna see the pricing up front. Third, they're gonna enter the details. Fourth, they're gonna agree to the terms. And fifth, they pay or they choose a payment option. And that all happens before I move. So now they understand the price, they agree to the terms, and the payment is already handled or scheduled. And that's how you have control of what you're doing. I'm gonna break this down real simple. With JotForm, you can build a booking and payment system with one link. Your form should include service selection, pricing, date and time, customer info, and a note section. Then your key parts, your agreement check boxes, your payment integration, either Stripe or PayPal. So when they submit the form, they're not just requesting service, they locking it in. Now let's talk about how you actually get paid. At number one is upfront payment. And this is best for new clients. And this is my go-to. If I don't know you, I'm getting paid before the job even starts. No exceptions. At number two, same-day payment. For certain jobs, payment is due immediately at the completion. You're still in control and your terms are still clear. At number three, you got weekly billing. And this is for trusted clients only. Once you build up a relationship, you can move to things like weekly invoices or retainers. But with that comes a whole different type of level of trust, and it has to be earned. And here's a warning for you, and this is very important. Don't jump straight into net 30 terms, or I'll pay you later, or verbal agreements. I've seen so many beginners get burnt like that. Complete your service and get your bread immediately. This is what separates you from amateurs. You need clear terms. So inside your form or your system, you should have your service agreement, your payment terms, your cancellation policy, and your liability disclaimer. Nothing crazy, just clear, because if something goes wrong, this agreement is what's going to protect you. Let me give you the mistake I see all the time. Doing a job before the payment is discussed, no written pricing, no agreements in place, fronting money for clients, and letting clients figure it out later. That's not business, that's gambling. The goal is not to chase payment. Let me say that again. The goal is not to chase payments. The goal is to build a system where the client knows the price, agrees to your terms, and pays through your process. So by the time you show up, everything is already handled. Here's what I want you to do today. Build a simple system, even if it's basic. One form, your service, your pricing, your agreement check boxes, and your payment options. That alone, that's gonna put you ahead of 90% of the people that's already doing this. Look, landing a job is one thing, but getting paid correctly is what makes this a business. If you want help setting up your system, drop system in the comment and tell me how you currently getting paid. I'll try to help you correct that. If you haven't watched the video on how to land contracts, watch that next, because once you combine both, that's where things really start moving. Stay safe, stay blessed, and stop thinking like a driver. Start running a system and getting paid as you should be. Peace.